Yo, what's up, Brotherhood channel? Happy Wednesday. Super excited to be bringing you a video on my actual day this time. So, yeah. This week's topic was relating to cis people slash cis versus trans friends. So, I guess I'll just kind of start unplanned, so I'm just going to be going off the dome here. So first of all, I guess I'll just start by saying I've never really had a ton of friends anyways. I've always had a lot of social anxiety. I've always been a very quiet person. So yeah, just never really had a ton of friends. Growing up, the majority of my friends were, well, in elementary school, I had a lot of guy friends. And then in middle school and high school, things kind of, yeah. That's when like puberty set in and things started getting different and weird and hard, and it became harder for me to be friends with cis guys because I was different than them, but I wanted to be like them, but I didn't really realize exactly what was going on there. So there was just a lot of weird feelings I didn't understand. But currently now, where I am, I think that's what we're mostly focusing on, or at least that's how I took the question. So right now in my current life, I have most of my guy friends are trans, if not all of them. I'm trying to think, like my closest guy friends are trans, or at least in the LGBT community. And then most of my girlfriends, if not all of them, are cis. And there's been a few times that hasn't always been the case. I did have some friends who were trans women for a while, but that mostly I met through trans groups here at school, but they, I'm just not really in touch with them as much anymore. My closest friends right now, I have a couple of trans guys and a couple of cis girls. And I had a cis guy friend once, and it was really, for one, it was difficult for me because I always, I met him before I started physically transitioning. So I knew he knew I was trans, and at first, when I first met him, I didn't know if he was going to accept me and stuff, and he did, and that was awesome, and we had, an interesting friendship for the next 3 years or so. And it was fine, it worked. We played video games, we hung out. We weren't like the best of friends, but we also had a mutual friend. So that was a girl, a cis girl, if you must know. So she kind of kept us all together, where like we were always in the same circle. So me and him just kind of formed a friendship that way because we had that common connection of her. And but that friendship ended up ending really bad. There were things that just went bad. I don't want to talk too much about it, but that was my last experience with a cis guy friend, and my only experience with a cis guy friend since transitioning. And like I'm talking about like a really close friend. And yeah, so currently right now I just don't have many desires to be friends with cis guys, and that's not to mean like I'm not going to, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're a cis guy, so I'm not going to be your friend. But I'm not seeking that. I'm not looking for that. If it were to happen, cool. If I were to click with someone, regardless of if they're a girl or guy or cis or trans, then I go with it, cool. But right now, I'm not really seeking that. For a while, I really didn't have a lot of trans friends other than online. And ever since putting myself into spaces and stuff where I can connect with and meet other transgender people, it's been really, really nice, and I've enjoyed that. So I am enjoying finding other transgender people to connect with right now. But it's just, it's easier because we just get each other. Like, we can talk about things, and it's not a trans thing, it's just a life thing. And I think I heard that on someone else, sorry, my alarm. I think I heard that actual statement from someone else on someone else's video or a podcast that some other trans guys did. So please don't, like, I might have stolen that from someone, so don't, it's not mine. Don't hold me to, don't, I'm not trying to take credit for that statement, but I found it very true that when you are talking about trans things with another transgender person, it's not a trans thing, it's just a life thing. And that's easier than having to be the one who has the trans problems or the stuff that has to do with being trans. Like, if you're the only one, it can feel very isolating and it can make you feel very different. So when I'm with other transgender people, it's just normal. Like, I don't know how else to really say that and explain that, but so I guess in a way, yeah, it is kind of hard to relate to cis people sometimes, specifically cis men, just because I've never ever lived the life of being well, now I'm being seen as a cis man, but I never lived the life of being just from birth, like, seen as a cis male. You know, I've lived the life of being seen as a cis female, so I can relate better to cis females, I think, for that reason. And I am able, and for a while I was in female spaces only, because I was on sports teams and stuff on the female teams, so I was always around females and, like, socialize with women and girls, so I'm more used to it and I'm more comfortable with it, whereas I was always kept out of the spaces with the men, and I didn't get that socialization growing up, so I'm not quite as used to that and how to relate to them and how to interact with them. Although it's not like rocket science or anything. Like, I can do it because I identify as, well, I mean, anyone can do it. I don't think it matters if you identify as a male or female. You can be friends with a cis man. Not talking about aliens here. But I think just it's a little more intimidating for me because of my past, and a lot of times they have attributes that I wish I could have, like being tall or something like that, you know. So that makes it a little bit harder, but it's not like anything. I mean, I've related to them. I've been friends with them. I used to have those friendships more than my female friendships before puberty, so I think that might be even something to look into and see how puberty messed up my relationship with cis guys. But yeah, I mean, personally right now, I don't have cis guy friends and I don't have trans girlfriends, but I have you know, had all kinds of friends, and they come and they go, and right now I'm pretty content. And yes, I don't know if I answered the question, but I hope I did. And I hope you're able to get maybe something out of this video, if even just a little insight into my friend life circle. Okay, guys, but I'm gonna head out of here. So sorry about all the classifying and categorizing people as cis and trans. I don't usually like to do that, but I felt it was relevant for this video. I hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay you, as always. And I love you all, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.